Okay, the last step is to do the details, labeling, dimensions. We'll fill in the title block, and that'll all complete step 4, which is our final step here to finish this floor plan. Then we'll move on to the elevation. So again, make sure you have your plan out so we know what we're doing here. I'll start with the room labels. You can see in the drawing here, I've already started some of them. For instance, I did bedroom. The large labels for the rooms, you're going to want to set the size to be 10 inches. So 10 inches, and use City Blueprint, which is a nice architectural text and font that's pretty popular. So if I was doing that from scratch, I would click here, say I'm going to do this one. I'm going to drag a box. So I use my text tool. I drag a box. First thing you got to do is set the size. So come up here, see it's set to 0. So I'm going to type in 10, hit enter, make sure it's 10 inches. And then I want to set the font. It defaults to TXT. We want to switch that to City Blueprint, which is right here. And then I'm going to type in bedroom, all capital letters. It looks like it's going to be giant. That's just a preview. I'm not sure why it's really big like that, but once you click close text editor, the green check mark, and you zoom out a little bit, see it's good to go. Also, a little trick here, do one and copy it. Like for instance, I could do bedroom. I could do copy. I'll click this. I'm going to copy it here. Copy it over here to the living room, to the kitchen, and the dining room. So now it's already set, ready to go. All I got to do is just double click on bedroom and just edit what it says. And that'll save you some time from having to do all of them individually. All capital letters. Obviously, you got to do the living room here. Bed and the other bedroom is good to go. So just doing one, copy where you need to go, you'll save a lot of time. Same thing with all the doors and windows. Now for the doors and windows, all I want is the size, 6 foot by 3 foot. You don't have to put all this extra stuff on there. 3 foot by 1 foot 6, 6 by 6 foot 8, 4 by 3. The openings, I do want to see that it's an opening. We're not going to do the beams. We're not going to do the heater or the tub access. So just width, height, and then if it's an opening, we'll do that. So if I was doing one of the windows, let's see. You can see I already did a few of them. But here, I'll start from scratch on this one. So I do text. I'm just using object layer. Drag a box. Now this one, I'm going to make it 4 inches. So 4, enter. And then we can use the default text for this since it's more of a size. 6 foot by 3 foot. And then hit close text editor. Now you're going to want to center it a little bit. I guess we could do the inch symbol too. We'll center it just a little bit better. So I'm going to move it over, maybe down to a little bit closer to the window. Looks pretty good. And then same thing, you can copy that. So I already have the top row done. I can go copy. I can click the 6 foot by 3. I could put one here. There, I have an opening here. That one's already done. My front door, I already have those windows done. There's an opening here. So again, you can copy them. You don't have to keep doing them. And then all you got to remember is just to change it. So like this door here is going to be 2 foot 6 by 6 foot 8. Close text editor. And in some cases, you're going to have to rotate. That one needs to be rotated. This one here should say 2 foot 8 by 6 foot 8. Now for the openings, you do need to add in opening underneath it. The front door needs to be changed. That one should say 3 foot by 6'8". Close text editor, and that one needs to be rotated. Something like closet here. So that's what you do for all the doors and windows. Closet, I made that 6 inches city blueprint. So again, 6 inches city blueprint. I can copy that. Now this one could be copied down. Washer, dryer, that's all 6 inches city blueprint. Water heater, maybe I made that a little bit bigger. That's still 6 inches. So it's all 6 inches city blueprint, other than the text for the doors and windows, which is 4 inches, and it's just the default TXT. We also need to add in, put floor plan down here. I made that a little bit bigger. Made floor plan 1 foot, and I underlined it. We need to add in a scale. This is 1/4 inch equals a foot, which is the most common architectural scale out there. You can find that in the library down here towards the bottom. You need to copy and paste that in. And what that is, again, is we're drawing this on CAD full size. We actually drew this 34 feet by 24 feet. That's a 3 foot door. But obviously we can't print it full size because it's just way too big. So when we go to print it, we're going to scale it down to be 1/4 inch equals a foot. So when you measure on the actual drawing a 1/4 inch, it's equal to 1 foot. So again, that's the most common architectural scale. And then for the outside dimensions, you're just going to use your dimension layer, and it's a lot of linears. So you can see I already did a lot of them. I still got to do this top row. So I got to go from here to this right side here. That's 11'6". Space everything nice. Make sure it's nice and even. It looks good and professional. And then it's all lined up. And then the 5 foot, you don't need to put in some of those extra dimensions that I gave you, like to locate those windows in the back, or the dimensions for the cabinets. Make sure you get these in here as well. When you're done, it'll look. Let me open up my finished one here. You can ignore the elevation for now. We're going to come back to that. But when you're done, it'll look something like this. So again, everything's nice and spaced even. You be the judge for the dimensions. From here, I just dimensioned to the center of the windows. So like if I did a couple of these, I switched this to dimension. So the front I do want, so I went from here to the center point of this window and then brought it down so it was even. I should have done this one first. Let's see, it'll go from the center of this window to the center of that window is the 7'6". And make sure you're lining it up nice with the other one. And then from here to the edge of the house, that one was 5 foot. So that takes care of the floor plan. Next up, we'll start looking at the elevation. So make sure you save all this. And we'll make room for the elevation on the right. So you may want to slide this over to the left just a little bit if you can.